A school teacher and mother cut short after she was shot and killed Tuesday in a Cheltenham Dunkin drive-thru with her son in the car.
35-year-old Rachel King was a beloved mother to an 11-year-old son, Jalen, and she was also a very popular teacher, cherished by her students at Grover Cleveland Elementary School. And she was even featured here on Fox 29 on The Classroom, where she gave out a shout-out to her son.
A huge shout out right now, and you know who that's to? My man Jalen. What up, second grader, the coolest one in the books.
Yes!
Hey, study, dude. She's awesome. Make sure you study. Do your homework.
And the search is still on for the shooter, and we are joined now by her brother, Alan King. Thank you.
Good morning.
For joining
Condolences.
us. Yeah, I can't imagine what this has been like for you.
Yeah, it's not been easy. Just taking care of my nephew right now, though. It's just been a lot in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
How is Jalen doing?
As we expected, I don't think it's really hit him yet. He just keeps saying his stomach hurts, and I can't tell him it's not food, and it's not, he's sick. It just doesn't stop. But he's eating, so that's a good thing. It's like a measurement of, I guess, processing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's carried a picture around of my sister. He won't let it go. Everywhere he goes, it's in his hand. I'm just afraid it's going to be a wrinkle to rip or something, and he won't have it.
And do you think he even understands what happened? Or, I mean, he was there. It's just, do you think he even knows, as, like you said, it's processing?
Yeah, I don't. My sister, unfortunately, was in 2 accidents this year. She totaled her car, and he was in the car from one and saw the other one, and cars are just not going to be his favorite thing for a while, I think, which is really unfortunate.
Before we get further in the details, your sister, she was your best friend.
Yeah, I mean, we were 2.5 years apart a day. Like, September 25th, March 25th, we went to school together, took the school bus together, walked to school together, got in trouble if we left each other from school. Like, she pulled me out of fights. I was her little big brother. Like, that was my girl.
Mm-hmm. And, like, what are some good memories that you have, from you two and being so close?
She dressed me from kindergarten to 7th or 8th grade. Every day, set an outfit out. Like, I was her own personal baby doll. But without her, I would have no style at all. Some people might still say I don't, but I think I did pretty good because of her.
Yeah. And then into adulthood, because I'm sure you were also very involved in Jalen's life too.
Yeah, and he likes to get dressed too, which is nice. I mean, they're best friends. He would get dressed and show his mom, so she'd be proud of the outfit he picked out. I mean, he had purple sneakers on and a purple hoodie on yesterday, and I would not wear purple at 11 years old, so he knew what he was doing.
He's got style.
So it's no surprise she was so loved at her elementary school.
The kids, a year ago, they did like a little program for her, and the kids called her room home. Like, it was a safe place for them. She would stay after school all the time, be late coming home all the time, just to stay with kids. Kids who weren't in her class anymore. They graduated, they were there in her class 3-4 years ago. They just come back just to be in Mrs. King's room.
What do you think it was about her that students were so drawn to?
Oh, she was as real as it gets. My sister had a bachelor's degree, a master's education, was getting her principal's certificate, but was still very much so, like, we're from West Philly. And she was from West Philly, so she was loud, she was bright, she was real. There wasn't a wall between the teacher and the student. There was a relationship. Like, she made it, hey, you're learning so you can be better off. And it wasn't just you're learning to get a grade.
I know it's difficult. Take us back to Tuesday, to that moment.
I was driving down Kelly Drive, and my phone's going off, and I'm ignoring calls because that's what I do. And I get a text that says, you need to get in contact now. Your sister's been shot. And my nephew calls, and I just make a U-turn on Kelly Drive and speed from there to Cheltenham. And I get to the scene, and I ask where my sister is, and they say they don't know. And I know then this is not good because she got shot. You're a cop. You should know where my sister's at. And my nephew was going to the police station. So I just went there, and I just wanted to give him a hug. And I was first from there, and I found out that she passed, and I couldn't tell him because I didn't have anybody else to kind of help with that. And we didn't tell him until Tuesday night, and he just broke. And he super tough kid, but it was him and his mom. Like, that, it was them. It's been them.
Right. And looking at those pictures and seeing how close in their adventures and all that they would do. And when did you hear that it was targeted, that police believe it was targeted?
Well, once it came out that she was a drive-through 4 cars and the driver followed her into the parking lot and walked up just to her car. But at the same time, I kind of knew that when I came to the scene and there was one car that got shot.
Right.
So it wasn't somebody sprayed a bunch of bullets or she got caught in crossfire. It was one car with bullets in it, and the person was gone.
Doesn't it seem like it's so hard to imagine, though, because she was so loved. She had all these students. She was such a, a great person. I mean, have you thought about, like, who would do this?
I mean, I know that she didn't have a great relationship with my nephew's father. I would hope, and I'm not going to say that he's the person. I would hope he has nothing to do with anything. But, it's just tough because she loved my nephew. Like, she didn't go out. She had a boyfriend, like, who I went to college with, and we were friends for a long time. They lived next door to each other. They didn't go out. They were a family unit. They were with the dog. They were walking the dog. Last week of spring break, they went to New York and they went to the Legos factory. Like, she was all about him. She didn't have a life outside of my nephew at all. Like, it wasn't a time she called me and said, hey, can you babysit so I can go do? No. It was, hey, me and Jalen doing this. Do you want to do that? If I went to take him, she was like, I want to hang out for the day.
As of this morning, have you received any additional information from investigators?
No, not this morning.
And what makes this even more heartbreaking, once again, Jalen, 11 years old, was inside the vehicle. And to even process that, but now he's being interviewed by investigators about what happened?
Yeah, he was being interviewed all day on Tuesday, which is it was really tough on him. Jalen's he's a very quiet kid. We have a good relationship because of that. I don't make him talk, because we can go out and tell him all the time, yeah, you can talk at hello or talk at goodbye. Either way, I'm going to listen. So if you want to stare at your toys for the next 2 hours, no problem, man. Like, you want to talk for the next 2 hours, that's fine too. And I think he just is going to be in a shock space because he doesn't deal with change. And that's known. Like, even transitioning from schools at one point, he had a little bit of issue just because it was new teachers, new kids. Right. So I'm just hoping he can get through that.
And you want to be there for that. And that's part of the reason, too, you have a GoFundMe that's up. Mm-hmm. And the money's, because I'm sure there's so much you have to take care of and handle right now. So what are you looking to cover, and what do you need? Because I'm sure so many people are seeing this right now and they want to help.
Yeah, honestly, I can't put a number, what we're trying to cover. It's just, it was him and his mom. And I've taken care of both of them for a long time, and I would do whatever for my nephew. It's a lot right now, and I'm literally leaving here this afternoon to go meet the funeral director to make funeral plans, and it's just a lot going on. So, between custody hearings and going to funeral homes, it's just a lot of moving parts, and I just need to give him whatever he needs. So tomorrow he'll be with a crisis counselor for trauma, set it up first thing Tuesday, and just trying to give him all the supports that he needs, and give him a child psychiatrist and all those things.
Well, Alan, know that you're surrounded by love, and I know you're going to be there for Jalen. He's going to need that love as well. So we appreciate it.
We have a link to the GoFundMe on our website, so you can donate as well. We're thinking of you, and if you know anything about what happened on Monday, please contact police.